office. What do you think can be done to ensure that Nigerians are able to afford it and, of course, not be stuck in the middle? Now, this tariff in Nigeria is determined by the Nigerian Electricity Regulatory Commission, NERC. The tariffs are based on a cost-reflective principle, which means that they are intended to cover the costs of generating and distributing electricity. Now, the tariffs are also intended to encourage efficient use of electricity by consumers. Now, the cost of electricity in Nigeria is considered to be high compared to other countries in the region. The main reason for this is due to various reasons, such as inadequate infrastructure for generating, transmitting, and distributing electricity. Now, Nigeria's power generation capacity is limited, with only about half of the population having access to electricity. What are your electable ideas wherein these things can be implemented by the government and more people are able to afford these rates, which are put out by various companies across the country? What can the government do differently? How much do you spend on the average every day, every week, or every month, depending on how you are loading those units? Or do you even have to pay based off the estimated billing? And do you feel like that is a rip-off for you, wherein you've tried over and over again to get the meters, which you will be able to regulate and know how much you would spend every month, but you have not been able to do that due to the high demand and, of course, the high cost as well? Do you want to join the conversation today and share your electable ideas? The numbers to call in, 0700 951 0000. That is 0700 951 0000. You can also call 080-9597-4869. And the WhatsApp and text line is open for you as well, 080-999-30137. What are your electable ideas? We're live on YouTube and Facebook at Nigeria Info Abuja. So do all to join the conversation right there and share your thoughts as well.
Hello, Itodo. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
Yeah, this honorable minister of your life.
Go ahead, please.
You see, when we pay, you will not see that life. 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, this is the month of 30, 31st. You will see life for 4 or 5 days. Once they come and collect that money, that one is over. I don't know whether you could take even a music you could play, because from fuel to this one from NEP again to power this. Now these same people coming now, they are the ones that privatize this company. In short, we are just like Nigeria, we are just like children when no get papa, they no get mama. In short, and I cry. The only thing was to say, sometimes, anywhere we enter, wahala day. You enter for currency, wahala day. You enter fuel, wahala day. You enter for the NEPA now. See now, you don't remind me something what I don't forget. Where we go enter, God bless you. Thank you, they play music sometimes for us.
Okay, thank you so much for your thoughts there. Hello.
Hello, Itodo, good afternoon.
Good afternoon to you.
Itodo, my name is Omar.
Go ahead, Omar.
I'm calling from Chai. Itodo, my concern about this electricity sector is the criminal surrounding it, being compromised by government and people, the players in the sector. How do I mean? For instance, Itodo, Nigerians pay for bills, they pay for life they never consume. Hello, are you with me?
I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
We pay for life we never consume. You know? So I don't know. I'm funny, you know.
When you say that, do you have a prepaid meter or are you paying based off estimated billing?
No, I have a house that's up to I have to pay my house, of course.
Okay.
But I have a house that don't have prepaid meter.
You
know, I mean, where I tenant, I know how it goes. You always come, you give them bills, random, you write bill for them and let them, and you tell them the mandate is they must pay for this bill. And this same house I never had light for more than 3 weeks. For this, that they must pay. In my house is village, same thing. You ask my old mom, my mother to pay for light, she never consumed. My mom will call me. She never, I said, no, okay, what should I do? And government are worried. This is my worry.
So what do you think? What do you think? So first off, before you share your electable idea in terms of what you think the government can do to ensure that this is more affordable, what challenge or challenges have you faced in trying to get the meter for these locations that you mentioned?
Of course, we've with a lot of effort. A lot of effort, of course. We're waiting, made effort, go to the office, right, fill the form. The one I had in my own house, it's not because I had one, I'm sure it's listening now, who helped me to get limiter from the office. I wouldn't have it in my house.
Yeah.
I think around my environment, we are very few having limiter in our area.
So what can be done moving forward? What's your electable idea regarding this?
For me, my very humble opinion, I think they should reverse NEPA back to Nigeria, back to government. Because those guys are just like a care of. All they want is just come and meet whoever, I don't care. They are business people. So whatever they do to make more money, they come and do it, they don't care.
All right.
Everybody can care to whatever.
All
right. The
right.
government have compromised. So what do you expect? When they collect them all, they share with them and they move ahead. Tomorrow they come again and all that.
All right. Thank you so much for your thoughts.
Thank you.
All right. Good evening to you. I picked your call already. Can you hear me? Okay, I'm letting you go because seems you're not available. Hello.
Yeah, good evening, Itodo.
Good evening to you.
Mark, my calling back from Apple.
Go ahead.
My electable idea is, since this I think as it is now, we have only one grid. And then we have different companies operating under this electricity. So I think what we should do, the national grid should be separated. Each unit, or let me say company, should have their own national grid. So there can be competition like as it is with phone calls. We have MPN, Glo, this, that. If we do that, you take from the one you like, but making it a national grid and everybody operating under one thing. I just cannot even understand how our leaders arrange this thing. We said we are not the owner of NEPA again, and yet we are subsidizing. We are the ones who will go and import transformer for them. And then they come, they just give us, especially we that are using estimated bill. Whether we use light or we don't use light at the end of the month, we must pay. What are we paying for when you are not giving us light?
All right.
For instance, now, for instance, now they have been taking our light. The same bill we take on the same amount. I don't understand, though. I mean,
all right.
Thank you for the opportunity.
Thank you. Hello.
Hello. Good evening.
Good evening to you.
I work.
Work is going well. How are you?
I'm fine.
Go ahead.
My name is Itodo, calling you from Buhari. You see, in this system of operation, in the electricity sector, we can never progress. Foreign investor cannot come in. Even all the estimated billing, the nature and so on, it's a calculated attempt to distort and exploit the masses of this country.
Okay, so but what is your electable idea regarding this? What can be done differently to ensure that things get better?
What the government should do so that there be progress, we forge ahead with that. Since the federal democracy, they have not succeeded on giving us electricity in this country. What they should do, they should collect the electricity from the private sector. Let them manage it themselves. Besides, we cannot succeed though.
Okay. All right. Thank you for your thoughts right there. Good evening to you.
Good evening, Itodo. I'm from Blossom.
Go ahead.
You see, this conversation around electricity, Itodo, I hear you ask some callers if they're on prepaid meter or not.
Yes.
I can assure you that the struggle did not end by having a prepaid meter.
Okay.
From my own personal experience, when I refuse paying expected bill, and they keep bringing the paper bill, and I refuse to pay, they cut my light. I allow it to go for 2 months. And when they keep bringing bills when my wires were down, I wrote to them and said, look, you cut my light because I said I'm not paying expected billing. How are you generating this bill you are bringing? They couldn't answer me, only for them to offer me a meter. I said, okay. But I was still watching. Do you know, Itodo, they criminally configured my meter with commercial tariff as against residential tariff.
Okay.
And as at that time, commercial tariff is almost ×2 of residential tariff. And I followed them up until they have to revert it. And I told them to refund me the differences they've been charging me when they were charging me commercial tariff.
Did you get a refund?
They did it and wrote to me that they've done it. Only some people come to this platform, so to my God, that it's not possible to configure people's meter wrongly. But they did it to me. Now, coming back to electable idea, so I will tell anybody who cares to listen that we have all it takes to keep electricity 24 hours in Nigeria. Do you know, as we speak, we are spending almost 10 times over what would have kept a central electricity steady for Nigerians 24/7.
So what do you think can be done differently? What is your own flexible idea?
Let's look at other sources of electricity, wind, solar, and so on. And then this idea of this fake national grid, for me, is not working. I heard recently that the National Assembly has given licenses that people can also distribute now, can generate and distribute on their own. I've not heard anything about that, but that is the only way to go. The issue of, say, gather everything in one place before they distribute, it will not work, and it's not working. So for me, whoever is coming to look at a way of exploring solar, wind, and then people can generate on their own and not issue of this national grid.
All right. Thank you so much.
Working.
All right.
Just like the French capitalism we are practicing.
All right.
Hello.
Thank you. Good evening to you.
Itodo, Najesheka.
How are you doing? Good evening.
Mike, when we blow, I greet you and I greet the previous callers. The Umar, I greet one and all. My name is Salasi. Come to the issue of this electricity. I'm telling you, you will buy meter, you will buy transformer. If the pole wire fell down, you will buy it by yourself. And at the end, you will pay bill. Like the people didn't pay estimated bill. In fact, I really felt for them. I paid that for my father in Kaduna. As I'm speaking to you, I have to struggle in order to get meter. I know how much it cost me to get that meter.
Do you have the meter now?
That man going broke, he advised me on what to do.
Do you have the meter now for the house?
Now I have a prepared meter that I buy one face at the rate of 53,000 naira, I think 300 naira or so, on which I buy by myself. And I'm paying bill for them. Instead of them to make this thing to be free, this meter is supposed to be free distribution to the customers. But we are buying meter and we are recharging. Even at the higher tariff, they have increased the tariff now. For me, for electable ideas, I want them to bundle this electricity. Let all states generate. Let Binjaru generate their own. Let Mambila generate. Let Borno and other places use solar. Since they have the way that they have the wind, let unbundle all these things. Like in DOS, we have NEPA, we have NESCO. And you can discover that even the NESCO in Plateau, they have steady rent that NEPA. So if they can be able to do that, if other people will come in, I'm telling you, there will be stable electricity. So other people generate electricity through this way. Like the documentation I was watching in Ethiopia, they were using waste to generate electricity. South Africa are using coal. We have a lot of coal in Nasarawa, in Enugu, and other places. All these things they have abandoned this thing. We are only depending on one national grid, and now they are talking of partially national grid collapse. Then how can we move as a nation? Maybe one other people will just send the electricity. They will call and tell you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much. Hello.
Hello.
Good evening to you. It's hard to make out what you're saying. Your line sounds distorted. Is it possible for you to move around?
Good afternoon.
Hello? Sorry, I have to let you go there. Do well to call back if you can, and maybe change your location.
Hello.
Hello?
Hello.
I can hear
Good
you.
afternoon.
Welcome.
This is Everest calling from Life Camp. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you?
Thank you very much. Well, today's topic is really, it's really close to the hearts of Nigerians. I want to start by saying, if you just ask the simple question, what's the way forward? The way forward is with the bundles. Hello.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
I said the way forward is simply unbundle the system, remove corruption, remove skepticism, and openness. If you get these four things down, it is done. It's doable. Take a good example. 1994, South Africa had their independence. The total megawatt then was 2,400 in 94. As of 2022, South Africa is having 58,000 megawatts. This is on record. Rwanda, as of 2010, was having 10% of the population on electricity. As of 2022, Rwanda is having 75.6%. Facts. Nigeria, as of 2015, was on 209 or 2,140 megawatts before handover. As of 2022, Nigeria is still battling with 3,300 megawatts. We have increased in 7 years only 1,000 megawatts. It's either something is wrong with the system or something is wrong with the person operating the system. I still want to say, look, this whole thing is all razzmatazz. We simply break down the system. We sell these things. We have generating companies, we have distribution companies, we have transmission companies, all bought, managed by the same set of people that have been destroying the system. Where is the openness? If I tell you the two sectors that have the most skeptical out of approach, no record, keeping nothing, we talk about electricity, we talk about petroleum sector. For 2022, 2023, for God's sake, the world has more than 7 ways of generating electricity. World class. Nigeria, by virtue of our nature, have 5 on stand. We have no part of Africa, except West Africa, is hotter than Adamawa and Ula. We have some light. There is no available air that blows more than the Sahel down from Sokoto. We could use wind. We would serve the whole northeast and northwest, just with solar and wind. We're not talking of thermal if you're going to the United States or Castina. Then we're not talking of hydro, we're talking of southwest, southeast. And then the full talk of the normal electricity generation, talking about waste disposal, nuclear systems, uranium, which you can get.
All right.
It's a bit cool and the rest of it.
Okay.
The simple fact is we all a slow growing nation because we have no confidence.
All right.
Our only natural disaster has just been leadership.
Let's give room for others to chip in.
Rose from 2010, 2,400 megawatts of 10% to 75% under the one. The Nigeria, 200 million population, more than 70 million people have no steady life. I'm telling you, rural areas. We just need to remove skepticism, remove corruption. We get the states out of the system, and we unbundle the system. Transparency is there. The energy sector will grow up. Thank you.
All right. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Hello. Good evening to you. How are you?
Itodo.
Yes.
Good evening. God bless your efforts.
God bless you too. Hello. Okay, your network right there is reconnecting. Do all to call back or simply send a message. We're live right now on YouTube. You can catch the show real quick before it wraps up. Nigeria Info Abuja, that's the handle on YouTube and Facebook. You can also send your thoughts via the WhatsApp line. It is 08099930137.
Hello, Pius coming back.
Hello.
Mr. Pius coming back.
All right, go ahead, Pius.
You see, you are asking forward.
Yes.
And just like some of our brothers have said, see, unbundling the corruption and double standard.
What is this double standard you speak of?
Double billings. It's something you are not consumed and they are eating, they are collecting it from you, brother Itodo. See the time I put light in my house in Papi,
Yes.
in 2014, I have my eyes up to date. Till the date I need to buy meter. Can you understand? There was a bill, they were bringing bill until the time I was given a prepaid meter, I was not owing anything. Then the last day they brought meter to my house. I was having 7,000 and when I paid cash, I paid it off. The day we're installing it. And
Hello? Sorry, I have to let you go right there, but thanks for sharing your thoughts. This is Electable Ideas. We're speaking on improving electricity tariffs. So far, you've called in to share your thoughts as to the way forward, what can be done differently, and how we can ensure that more Nigerians are able to afford. Now, I'm sure you've realized or noticed recently that the tariffs have been increased. How much, are you spending right now? If you haven't noticed, well, maybe when next you load your meter, check it and see what exactly you might be spending in terms of the rates at which you are buying. But let's take a few messages right now on our live feed on YouTube. Chris Udo says, it's so unfortunate that government can just take decisions without consent. It's really becoming annoying when you are loading. I used to have lights, but the consumption is high. I will suggest they engage the engineers in this country, boost transmission and distribution from other power generation sources, but corruption will not allow this to be done. Well, and Aliyu Kida says the issue of electricity tariffs in Nigeria is a mirage. What is your electable idea? How do you think things can be done differently to, move forward? Good evening to you. You have 40 seconds. Can you do that? Good evening.
Yeah.
Hello? Oh, I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. My contribution is,
it's really noisy where you are. It's hard to make out everything you're saying. Can you move somewhere that's quiet?
Okay. Can you hear me now?
Well, I can hear you.
Okay. Well, what we're facing in this country now is, the only thing that can give us the opportunity for every part of this country to enjoy what belongs to him is that we need a regional government. You understand?
All right.
So the regional government can develop the zone the way they want.
Okay.
But by this situation now, where with nepotism and tribalism and religion being an ultimate of everything we are doing in this country, there's no way we can move forward.
All right. Thank you so much for your thoughts right there. Now, the Nigerian government has implemented several policies to increase access to electricity and reduce tariffs. Now, these include the privatization of the power sector, the establishment of independent power plants, and the implementation of a new pricing structure for electricity. However, implementation of these policies have been slow and have yet to yield any significant improvements in access to affordable electricity. So all of these ideas, we're hoping that the government is able to, look into them and find the way forward. Now, we know that as of 2022, the subsidy spent, the federal government paid 35.2 billion as subsidy as disco's remittance slumped by 70 billion naira in Q1. So let's hope that in the coming months, the lights improve, the tariffs also improve, and Nigeria moves forward from where it is right now. This is as much I can take. At 5, we have another conversation. Stay tuned.
We must not play politics.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Nwachukwu. I'm the host of Hard Facts, and I bring you the biggest stories driving conversation every weekday here on 95.1 Nigeria Info Hard Fact Show. I love to get your opinion and conjectures, but the facts you cannot dispute here on Hard Facts. Join me and let's talk.
This is Nigeria.